So students, let us go to the oogenesis. What is the oogenesis? Last time we have studied that the it is nothing but process of one of the gametogenesis. Gamete means nothing but the formation of sex cells. Here the oogenesis means connected with the female. It is a process by which an organism which is able to produce a gamete by means of meiosis in the gonad, female gonad, that is what the ovary. Or oogenesis is nothing but it is a process of formation of gamete like the female gamete like egg or the ovum, which is produced in gonad like the ovary, female gonad ovary, by means of meiosis is called the oogenesis. What is the oogenesis? It is nothing but process of formation of gamete, egg in the ovary. So this oogenesis studied under the, we can detail you can go on oogenesis. So again it is also studied in three heads. One is the multiplication phase. The first you can say multiplication phase, and second one is you can say that is growth phase, and third one you can say that is maturation phase. So here the oogenesis studied under three main heads. You can say multiplication phase, growth phase, and the maturation phase. So let us go to what is the maturation phase. So here you know that is the ovary or the gonad of the female. Gonad of female is called the ovary. And if you come across the histologic structure, the ovary is made up of large number of, like this here, and produce large number of the follicular cells. And here the ovary is, here it is containing that, you can say, if you come across the structure of this histologic structure, made up of large number of germinal epithelial cells, and these germinal epithelial cells are able to produce germ cells, and these germ cells undergo follicles, production of the formation of the follicle when it matures, rupture of follicles releases the egg or the ovum. So here you can say it is made up of, here you can say large number here like this way, small, the secondary, tertiary, Graafian follicle mature like this way, and it will be released into the egg or the ova. So this is the process. But here you can say, let us go to the oogenesis. The process of oogenesis, as I told in the beginning, that is multiplication phase. First one is called the multiplication phase. So if you consider this is the ovary, and this is lined with germinal epithelium. This is the lined with germinal epithelium. A large number of germinal epithelium produce a large number of germ cells, or you can say primary germ cells. So this is the multiplication, means nothing but it is a repeated rapid mitotic division. It is a, by means of mitotic division, a germinal epithelium is able to produce large number of the cells. You can say like this here. They are produce large number of the cells here. So like this here, like this here. So it is able to produce large number of the cell by means of mitotic division. And mitotic. So here these germinal epithelial cells, or the germinal epithelium, is able to produce a large number of the cells, you can say here, like this way. And it undergoes a multiplication, as I told, a repeated rapid mitosis, and results large number of the cells like this way here. These are the large number of the cells here, like this way. So these are set by the egg mother cells, or the oogonium. When you say that the oogonium, so the mitotic division stops to some extent. So this is the complete the multiplication phase, and undergoes large number of the germinal cells will be divided, and these germinal cells are termed as, or the germ cells are termed as the oogonia, or the oogonium, or egg mother cell. That is also called the egg mother cell. As in case of the sperm, you can say sperm mother cell, or the spermatogonia. Here oogonia, or the egg mother cell. So these egg mother cells undergo, actually these are the stop to some extent. There is no further division. So next it enters into the the second phase that we can see that is the maturation growth phase. Growth phase, and this growth phase is undergo by means of the two ways. The one is here you can say subdivided of the divided. So the first you can say that is the A, you can say that is the pre-vitellogenesis. Pre-vitellogenesis, and second one is vitellogenesis. Vitellogenesis. So maturation phase nothing but multiplication phase, a large number of cells will be divided and ultimately stops to some extent, and these are called the oogonia or the oogonial or the egg mother cells. So next egg mother cells undergo growth. Growth means nothing but the increase in size. So the size will be increase in size, and that is in two ways. One is the pre-vitellogenesis and the vitellogenesis. What is the pre-vitellogenesis? Pre-vitellogenesis means first, before. Pre means before vitellogenesis. Vitellogenesis here, the term is said to be as the yolk, you can say. Yolk. Pre means primitive. So before formation of the yolk, whatever the development of the growth is said to be as the pre-vitellogenesis. And after what happens, certain growth of the certain increase, the size will be increased, and further it undergoes the second stage or the second phase. Again you can see that vitellogenesis means the yolk will be developed. So what is the pre-vitellogenesis here? Pre-vitellogenesis means you can say here. So this is the, if you take only one cell here, and this will be developed like this way here. This will be developed like this way here, and a tremendous increase in size with a nucleus. You can say the big size of nucleus. Here there is the small size, diploid state. Remember, 2n. A big size of nucleus with nuclear membrane, nucleolus, and nuclear materials, as well as nuclear sap. It is characterized by a tremendous increase in size because of the release of, or you say the secretion of nuclear material or the sap, nuclear material, and all those things. As a result of what happens here, the size will be grown. Means you can see image in here. This is the small size and this size. So such it is not completed. Growth phase is not completed here. So after that, the pre-vitellogenesis means before formation of yolk. It is without yolk. Before formation of yolk, it is called the pre-vitellogenesis. During this time, nucleus, nuclear material, nuclear sap will be accumulation takes place, and as a result of what happens, the growth or increase in size. And the next you can say that is the B. You can say vitellogenesis. Vitellogenesis means here vitellogenesis yolk. So here what happens, the yolk will be developed. So accumulation of yolk is necessary. So like this. And such a yolk, this is the yolk, nuclear cap or whatever it may be. So this type of the structure along with yolk and such large, this oogonia increases in size, and such large size of the extended, and this is called the primary oocyte. Primary oocyte. This is the diploid structure. So such grown structure. Growth phase means nothing but accumulation of nuclear material, nuclear sap, and along with this the yolk, and such grown to a large extent cell is called the primary oocyte. So next, primary oocyte undergoes the third stage, you can say, that is called as maturation phase. Maturation. What is the maturation phase here? Maturation phase means it undergoes meiosis. Maturation phase, the first meiotic division. It's called the first meiotic division. And by means of, up to here you can say these are the cells, diploid state. Oogonium is also diploid state. One of the oogonium the further the mitotic division stops, multiplication stops, and one of the ooganium undergoes to a large extent, and such large sized grown cell is called the primary oocyte. This is diploid state, remember, that is the diploid state. And this diploid structure of primary oocyte undergoes first meiotic division. So that is called the maturation. So here it results the two equal sized, one unequal sized cells. Unequal sized cells like this here. So, and this is set together, you can say this is the here this side of it. And this is a small size, unequal sized cells. The primary oocyte undergoes meiotic division and results into two unequal sized cells, and one is called as the secondary oocyte. Secondary oocyte, haploid in state. Secondary oocyte, haploid in state, and small one is called the first polar body. This is called the first polar body. So this is called the first polar body. Just to remember, primary oocyte undergoes first meiotic division and results unequal sized cells. The smaller one is called the first polar body, and the similar type of the cell is called the secondary oocyte. And secondary oocyte undergoes second meiotic division again, and second meiotic division like this here. With the nucleus, and again it is able to produce one more, the small body, and this is called the second polar body. Second polar body. This is the first one, and this is the second one. So the secondary oocyte undergoes second meiotic division. Second meiotic division, and as a result of second meiotic division, it produces again unequal sized cells. First smaller one is called the second polar body, and bigger one is called the ootid. This is called the ootid. This is called the ootid. So remember here, the first primary oocyte undergoes the first meiotic division, results into reductional division, reduce diploid to haploid number of chromosomes, and further secondary oocyte undergoes second meiotic division, and it is able to produce unequal sized second polar body with the large sized or equal sized cell, and this is called the ootid. So you remember here once again, the first polar body, it may or may not undergo division, second meiotic division. It may or may not undergo second division. If it has undergone the second meiotic division, and here it is able to produce the three like here, or if it has not undergone, and this primary, the first polar body will remain along with this, and ultimately all these, this one, and this together form a structure, and that is called the egg. So you can see here, just I will draw one more structure here, this side, and you can say this is the, if you consider this is the ootid, this ootid is containing that, if it is the two polar body, both are, if they are polar body here, you can be able to see like this here, and this is with the nucleus, and this is the haploid state, remember, haploid state, and this is called as the egg or ovum. So this is the egg or the ovum. Formation of egg or the ovum in haploid state by means of the meiotic division in ovary is called the oogenesis. What is the oogenesis? It is a process by which in the ovary, by means of meiotic division, a haploid structure is develops, and that is called the egg or the ovum. So you remember once again, I have told that if this structure, you can see here, if it has undergone the first division and second meiotic division. So what happens here? Like this way, and it is like this way. And supposed to be, if it has undergone second meiotic division, so here is 3 polar bodies. You can say 3 polar bodies. If it has not undergone, so along with the 2 polar bodies, the whatever the egg is developed, and this is for the ovule. So this is the simple term, you can say, just remember, simple way. So the multiplication means rapid repeated mitotic division up to oogonia, and oogonia undergoes the growth phase. It has been divided into 2. One is the pre-vitellogenesis and the vitellogenesis. Pre means before formation of the yolk, whatever the development takes place, that was the pre-vitellogenesis. And after pre-vitellogenesis, the yolk will be added here, and so as a such the accumulated yolk as well as the nuclear shaft, nuclear material, it becomes a big size structure, and such grown structure is called the primary oocyte. Primary oocyte undergoes the first meiotic, unequal sized cells, first polar body, second is oocyte, and this secondary oocyte undergo the second meiotic division and produce again one more the unequal sized cells, that's called the oocyte, and this will be further developed into the ear. So this is oogenesis.